Going live. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday, happy Shenmue Day, Shenmue weekend, whatever you want to call it. We are back here for another blind viewing of Shenmue the anime. James, good to see you as always. Can they top last week?
Yourself, Matt?
Yeah.
From what we're hearing, possibly. Yeah, it's been again. Wasn't expecting to be blind again, guys, but we both managed to. Yeah, Shenson, we both managed to not get spoilt by anything. I've seen two words actually. I've seen Sonoshi on staff chat say dustbin, but I don't know what that means. And then I've seen, because I keep getting like Twitter notifications popping up all the time, and I'm like swiping them away, and I noticed the word friend zoned, which again doesn't really mean anything, but it just makes me think of things that could be happening, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I've spoiled something predetermined a spoiler in my own head. So we'll find out when it airs, eh?
We will. We will.
How about yourself, Matt? Have you obviously you've not seen anything at all, or what?
No, I've yeah. I've been hiding again. Been quite busy today actually, which helps a little bit. Keeps things going, which is nice. Last week was hell, absolute hell, because I was quiet, not a lot to do. Whereas this weekend's been a bit bit busier,
Mental.
which is good. Let's quickly say hello to everybody in chat. We've got Retro Godfather in, Sam I Am, Mr. Starwalker, Sheep. Who else have we got? Rich Cartledge is in. All the BFS is in. Sun's in. Spags is in. All the usuals are in, as per usual. Good to see you. Hey, Frankie, how's it going?
Hey, Frankie.
Welcome. So,
welcome, one and all.
Yeah, we no idea what to expect. But I'm gonna say this right now. The bar last week was set incredibly high, so they've got a really, really high bar to meet or go over. Hopefully they do.
But if so, like the high bar is the low bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you can only, you don't expect it to get better than last week, but if it does, then bloody hell, it's like the world record high jumper.
Hey Johnny, hey Simon there. Good to see you both. So we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to dive in together. So we'll sync everybody up, make sure that James will count us down as we did last week. Make sure we're all set and ready to go.
Yep.
We'll obviously keep half an eye on the chat, but obviously don't expect too much because we're going to probably lose our minds at this by the sounds of it. And then
if it goes at the same sort of speed as last week, mate, I don't think I'm taking my eyes off the screen.
No, I won't be either. So all I'm going to say is sit back, relax, and we'll see how we go. And then after we've watched it, we'll give some thoughts, have a chat around it. I understand there's a episode 3 teaser out there, which I do have ready. I haven't watched it, so we'll also have a quick look at that before the end of the stream tonight. And that gives us plenty to chew on before we record the podcast this evening.
Mental, isn't it? And we've also, I haven't heard it yet, but Matt uploaded the ending theme as well to YouTube earlier.
I did.
So that's out there already. It's just crazy, isn't it? What the things you've got to dodge. I mean, again, I've been that busy today. I've been looking after my daughter today. I've pretty much single played through Paw Patrol on the Stadia, Google Stadia. We've done it in one sitting. It's not too bad of a game, actually. I was quite enjoying it.
That keeps you busy.
Anyone got any tissues? For what reason, Shenson? Is that tears or something else we need to?
No.
Or both.
Right. Let's move you guys.
So we're going to do. Do you want me to make sure everyone's logged in?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just moving.
Make sure everyone's logged in to Crunchyroll. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I'm just going to
watch with us.
Just moving everybody over onto the other screen, getting my full screen up.
Onto that as well.
That.
I'll full screen that myself. Oh. I think we'll give until, I don't know what it says, 20:05, so 20:07 before we kick off.
Couple of minutes. Hey Flag, how's it going?
Because I'm mindful Crunchyroll can be a bit of a bastard to log in. But I was already logged in today, so something's right.
Cool. Just keeping an eye on what's going on.
How you doing, Flag?
Yeah. Give it a couple of minutes.
Oh my God.
Actually, while before we start, has anyone actually got hold of the English dub yet? Because I haven't got it. I haven't been able to get hold of it yet. So if anybody does have it or can get hold of it, drop us a message. Because Adult Swim have put it behind a cable paywall now, which is really annoying.
Right. See, we did see that, didn't we? We were wondering, because someone mentioned it on Twitter, that first episode being free to watch.
Yeah, and then they've just
and
spat it behind it.
Yeah, we assumed the whole thing was.
Hey Vivi, hey G, good to see you.
Only here to see Scotian. Okay.
Give it one more minute.
Cheers, G.
6 minutes
past
George
8. K, Matt. Do you know George K? George Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I should remember that because you were in last week. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Nice to see you, George.
I'll give that a go, Sheep. I'll have a look at it.
What, queue up a time o'clock? Yeah, that's a good idea.
I can have a look at that over the week. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Starting, yep, exactly that.
Yeah, bang on. Rewind it a little bit, I suppose. Make sure it's right at the start. This is
He
Crunchyroll
is.
version, by the way.
He is. Right. I'm. Right. Are we. James, you all good? Is everybody in chat all set and ready?
Speak now,
Or forever
or
hold your
whatever. The
peace?
rest of that, yeah, is that the phrase? Okay. Oh, shaking drink, going for me drink here. Always get like this with like Shenmue
Hey,
things.
AM2, good to see you. Spags is set. Snake is set. I think everybody's.
Hey,
I think everybody's set.
right here, guys. So I'm going to count down. I'll go from 10. Just to. I love how many half races streams.
Let's say we
That's
don't.
my life. That is one.
Let's just say we get no buffering, eh?
Yeah. Right, guys. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click.
Here we go.
Are we in 1080p or whatever? Does it auto do that?
1080p. Okay, so we're getting a flashback. I like this. Okay.
Well, I like the music.
The music's really cool. This is a good idea if you haven't seen the first episode.
Oh, so you think they're going to be doing this every
They could do.
episode?
Yeah,
Like
do this every episode. So this is good. I like this because it's just
I hope
nice.
this is like on the
nice little
soundtrack
recap.
stuff, you know, this.
Oh, they've got to release it. Release this soundtrack now. Oh.
Did this happen?
No. This was in the trailer. In the teaser trailer.
What do you really know about your father?
Yeah.
I remember you pointing that out.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh,
just
he's...
a ending, is it?
Oh,
dream. Okay.
Oh, I like how he's in his t-shirt and jeans, like the games.
I love that. If they do that every episode, like a recap, would you think that was a one-off?
I think they should do I think it'd be every episode. Oh, here we go. It's the opening theme. I love this song. Song's so fucking good.
Flying Waffle. No, episode 2 was out this morning.
It's now.
That was this morning. Yeah, no. Right, yeah. It's like the dream from
yeah,
after his father dies, and between maybe a bit kind of like that.
I like that though, and it gives Landy a bit more.
And it does act like a recap. So pretty cool.
I like that.
But the only thing is, if it is a dream, that didn't happen, right?
Yeah. Or did it? Is it a dream? Did it actually happen and he's playing it through his head? That could be...
It only adds character to Landy if it happened, right? Otherwise, it's just a thought Rio came up with.
Some dancing forklifts.
Never going to get the song on my head by the time the series is finished. Shenson says he reckons it happens, or it happened due to Rio's motives.
I love that theme song, man. It's so good. Catchy.
That eye reminds me of an eagle.
Oh, Biley Village.
Ooh, Biley Village.
Get in. Mate. Yes. Oh, it's Mr. Sue. Yes, Shenmue 3 shit. And that's Lee.
Dude.
Yeah, and they're spot on to Shenmue 3.
Nice.
And they mention Elder, yeah, there's her house. Yes. And all the kids. Yeah. Yes.
His flagship in the chat, because you might want to go flag.
I love how they've done this though. They've given Shenmue 3 some credence here. Some well-deserved respect. Oh, she's going for the prophecy. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
I like that.
See, this is amazing. This is because this just means when they do get to Shenmue 3...
It's all set. It's all set up, isn't it?
Fans and people coming into the series are already going to... And playing the third game as well.
And if they do go into a second season, it does touch Shenmue 3. As Sheep is saying, they'll fill gaps in. Who is he? Oh, okay.
Ooh.
And now we're going to the Hazuki residence. Okay.
See, it has me thinking, if
Oh, we've got
this anime
Tails,
does
the
get...
boombox, a Bin's bean. Was there a 16-ton on there as well? Like a capsule toy.
Another capsule toy.
Yeah, there's loads of capsule toys on his desk. Oh, here's
Yeah,
another.
I'm thinking though, if the anime gets all the way to the end of Shenmue 2, that does prompt people to play Shenmue 3, doesn't it? That have
It does.
come from the end of the anime.
So this is like
And
a
we're
bit
going
of
to
an
see those characters.
So we've got a bit of an extension from the last episode here, which I like. It's filling in some gaps. Yuandazu. I love seeing those capsules on his desk.
Yeah. You'd expect to see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course you would. Ichiichi.
Right, so this was one of the previews, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's in one of the previews. So we've seen this already.
New shop.
Yeah, that wasn't there in the games. Okay. Now those jackets, Hiki mentioned this. They are in Shenmue 3.
Specifically those jackets.
I think
definitely.
yeah, it's what Hiki was reckoning. They were in
the
Shenmue 3.
Sukajan jackets do tend to look like that.
So Rio's getting a bit cold here. Okay, yeah. So she's a bit more pushy, Nozomi here. Giving Rio a bit of shit.
She's normally quite standoffish, isn't
yeah.
she? Timid, yeah. That's a good word.
Oh, Chai.
Ooh. Okay, now you wouldn't like to be working in the harbour and spot that in the corner of your eye.
So
that's his main role, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Try and get the mirror.
I love his voice.
Ooh, Yamagishi-san. Oh, this is going to be the double blow scene, I bet.
Okay, so he's expressing his condolences. That's cool. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he's off. Yeah, okay.
When did he come to Yokosuka then?
Well, that's a question we don't know, is it? Because I assumed like the Hazuki Dojo had been there years.
Yeah, I thought that was his home, and then he just went on a trip to China.
Yeah.
Sounds like he knows something.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's interesting. Look at his eyes. He's seeing vengeance. I like that.
It's good, but then is he not worried about what Lan Di could be doing? Because he surely knows that he's stolen a mirror. Or does he not really know the history with the mirrors?
He probably doesn't know. Well, he probably knows of them, but he doesn't know what they actually do or anything. So we've got a flashback here again to the first episode in Ichiichi. Okay. Nighttime. Oh, this is MJQ. That's 1-to-1 to the game, I reckon.
This is the sailors bit, is it then?
It must be. Yeah, it must be.
Without using the word sailors.
Yeah, cancel it now. If you're not using sailors, that's it.
Go on, I think the pool table. Any branded whiskies there, like Captain Morgan?
Okay. Oh, so we're going to
Here we
Heartbeats
go.
now, which
Heartbeats.
we've seen this in the trailer. There's Berkeley on the left there.
Sinister music, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite dark music.
Mm. It's that fiddle in it. Do-do-do.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
That's exactly the same as the game there with that bottle attack. Oh, there's the jukebox there on the right hand side. Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, get some milk.
Are they going to do the TV detective thing?
Oh. Very good. I like that.
Yeah, man. They've got the fight scenes nailed down, haven't they?
They have. The fight scenes are really, really good.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Okay, so he's given the Charlie lead.
The next day. Okay.
Okay.
Old bike shop. And he's going around asking everybody. I like this.
Yeah.
Oh, tattoo parlour.
Okay.
So he's saying he doesn't know him. Oh.
Yeah, but okay.
Oh, okay.
That can happen.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the telephone thing, but that can happen if you go the day that you learn out before it shuts.
This is new. Oh, they've mentioned the Chens. That's interesting. What's this?
It's going to be the football scene.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah, it's going to be, isn't it?
Gaowen. Which is going to lead to the Chinese letter thing, I bet. Well, going off the games.
So this is obviously in Sakurajoka then, isn't it? Or Yamanose?
So where they just had that conversation, that was Sakurajoka.
Because this isn't the docks. Or the harbour, rather. I wonder why he thinks he's Chen's.
Interesting, isn't it? I bet this is going to be a real location then, I bet. As well, actually in Yokosuka.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. I'd hazard a guess that like every that isn't in the game, they've actually taken from the actual location.
Oh, that chai there. Oh, the arcade.
Immune.
And there's
Massive
only
in it in this. Oh, okay.
Ah, Mr. Freeloader with his. Oh, he's paid for his own drink this time then.
Did you just say you couldn't read Chinese, by the way?
Yeah, he does say that in the game.
Okay, yeah.
Some funny bit of kanji, isn't it?
He leads you to the Archiichi, though, doesn't he?
Bellwood's machines. Yes, yes. Hey, Ryan.
Interesting, isn't it? Like, she's talking about uni and stuff, but obviously she goes to Canada.
This is interesting, though, because she's a bit more forward about this conversation. Like, let's go to the same university. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Oh. Flashback.
A move scroll?
Mm.
A
Akira
Kira
and
on the
pie on the
desk. Did you
desk.
see? Yeah.
I love those
So
Easter eggs.
Iwau's had to have been in Yokosuka for 18 years then,
Yeah, at
because
least.
that was the residence still.
Oh, that's a good theory. Spags, it could be the Walleen shoe.
Oh,
Oh, that
really?
photo's from the games.
Mm. That's the one that's in his
Oh,
desk, isn't
so
it? So what
she's
she
thinking,
from
Oh,
Canada. Okay. Okay.
okay, we know where this is going then.
Apart from Guizhang and Master Chen, who else is there?
I don't know. I think just
Shen's.
assume it was those two. So these two aren't Mad Angels here, then, are they? Tony and Smith. They've been recruited.
Okay.
The altar. Excellent.
Imagishi-san.
I like this relationship they're building here between the two. Hey, Lightspeed. Okay.
They are slowing it down a bit, aren't they? Like it's
Yeah. Oh, the look in his
so.
eyes. I like this. Like, oh. He knows what it is.
Fukusan doesn't sound as dumb, does he?
No, he sounds like he's got a brain in his head.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Okay. They are absolutely full on
Aren't
ripped,
they? I was
aren't
going to
they?
say they're massive.
Jacked. Hang on, is that the cinema?
Was it?
Yeah,
Where are they here?
that's the cinema rather than the car park, isn't it?
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I love this music. This
Okay, that's the dustbin.
Oh, there goes the
Ooh,
letter.
so that was from
So this is
one
in
of the
this
original
is
trailers,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was.
Can you read it though, Charlie?
No, he can't.
Oh, they like doing that, don't they?
Yeah, that like split
We're just going
screen.
to do the whirlwind. Nice.
Ooh.
They just shit.
They just leg it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, we haven't had the double blow scene yet then.
No, we haven't. Good point. Oh, oh he killed him. Good catch.
Nice catch.
Hey Ginger, hey Titch.
Is Charlie no Landy in the games?
I don't
Because he's
think
working for
so.
Terry, isn't he, at one point?
I don't think he knows him. Oh, the theme song again. There's Chai.
Chai's watching. Ooh. That's that scene from the trailer.
Yeah. So I would suggest that's not Yellowhead then, because we thought it was Yellowhead in the trailer, and that must be still Japan.
Did we though? Because we were talking about that being in Yokosuka, weren't we? Looking out the window or whatever.
It must still be Japan. Oh, this is the double blow scene.
Yeah, he hasn't left Yokosuka yet because we see him on the boat, don't we, in the trailer?
Yeah, we do.
Can't help get your hair stand on end, can you, with this theme?
The Shenmue theme music, I don't know, just it does. It gets the hairs stand up. It gets you right in the feels.
This is a different take as well.
Oh, okay. He's almost saying you don't want to know what's been going on.
See, they are really angling for this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
That must be the China shop.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Love this. Hopefully they do a few of these throughout, you know?
Yeah, I hope they do, because it makes
like
the game.
Potential people like your homeless guy, Jianmin, Master Chen at the end.
Oh, here we go again, the prophecy. Guys, sending chills down the back of my neck.
I wonder if they're going to do the prophecy every episode. Oh, mate.
Oh, that's that shot. I love that shot.
I love the Guilin stuff.
So, that's a beautiful shot.
I do love the Guilin stuff.
So good. And that Shenhua's costume, it's a mix of 2 and 3, isn't it?
Ooh.
Oh, hang on. So this is Chen and Guizhang.
Oh, this is Warehouse and Braid.
So it's setting up for the next episode.
This isn't the end of the episode, is it? Fuck me, that was fast.
It's really quick.
Oh my god.
Really fast. But they've knitted that together really well. Yes, it's very, very fast, but I think they've knitted that together quite well.
Ooh, this is nice. I haven't seen this yet, by the way.
No. Oh, you haven't? I uploaded this morning.
So, just looking at the kitten there, Megumi's been retconned, has she?
Yeah, there's the cat. There's the amulet. Some photos. Seeing all these Easter eggs.
Somi's so, like, heavily involved, isn't she?
Yeah, she's really, like, heavily involved.
Like, come episode 13, is this still going to be the same ending, do you think?
I reckon they'll change it up, like some of the backgrounds, etc.
Because they do that in animes, don't they?
Yeah.
These aren't real-life photos, are they, on the right?
No, I think it's, like, screened, like, background images. That's the harbour.
Okay. Ooh, that's
hang on, that's Jim.
Is it?
That looked like Hong Kong, didn't it? It looked like Hong Kong, didn't it?
Nozomi in a brown jacket under it, though.
Yeah, it did, yeah, it was. It looked like Hong Kong for a second. So that's the park.
This art style.
Look at his face.
Imagine having that on your wall. That's like a proper.
They need to make
watercolour,
posters out of this. Yin Yang is the next episode.
Yin Yang, okay. See, I think they're going to get into the mirror stuff next episode then.
Yeah, they must do. That was.
So he's going to probably find the mirror, and then learn a bit of lore about it from some shops and stuff.
It's
So
cool.
there's no teaser on Crunchyroll, is there, for the next thing?
There's the teaser I've got on YouTube, but that's it. But we'll watch that in a minute, I think.
Dude, that was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That probably was better than episode one,
that
just
was.
because it was a bit more paced for a Shenmue fan. I feel like it was like the first episode is like that anime punch, getting off with a flying start.
Yeah.
But the second episode was a bit more down to earth, showing some of the investigation side of things from Rio and the character interactions there. Like quite a lot from Yamagishi-san, which was nice.
The fact
But yeah,
that
definitely.
the fact they went to Bailu Village early and gave a bit more Shenhua, a bit more of the prophecy, Aldier, and some of the Shenmue 3 characters. I mean, for me, that felt you're getting more to the backstory of Shenhua. So when they eventually get there, you've got that there. I also think they're taking Shenmue 3 quite seriously, which is nice.
Yes, that's a good point. And like I was saying, if this does go all the way to the end of Shenmue 2, which, I mean, they did say in that Crunchyroll Expo most of Shenmue 2, but the way it's going, if they have squeezed in all the way to the end of Shenmue 2, that opens the door then for anime watchers coming freshly into the series to just move straight to Shenmue 3 without that, whatever the... Say if it does end on the rooftop in the anime, they've still got a chunk of Shenmue 2 game that they're either going to skip, or if they do play, it's going to be quite a way before they see that. So it might put them off. I don't know. All I'm saying is, like, it'd be nice to get them straight into Shenmue 3. And then because they've had these scenes in Bailu Village and stuff throughout the 13 episodes, they're already familiar with these Bailu Village characters.
Yeah, and the characterization's there, isn't it? You already know who they are roughly. You've seen them before. You don't necessarily... You might find out a bit more what they do down the line, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like they've actually looked at Bailu and gone, how can we fill this out? And taken it seriously from the source material of the games, which, again, I mean, it's just a testament, I think, to how well this has been put together. The soundtrack, though, like, it makes this. It really does. The soundtrack is perfect all the way through, from the beginning to end. The music fits so damn well. They'd be mad not to make a soundtrack here.
I'm interested, how they've gone about doing it, because that Shenmue theme, it sounded identical. Like they could have just dragged and dropped the MP3 from the game or whatever. But then it was like it changed halfway through, added like a bit more to it, a little bit different sound. So it sounds in a way that they've recreated that piece of music, even, if you know what I mean.
I think they have. I think they've taken the old music and remixed them all, which is really cool. And then like we're getting more around Yagamashi and his relationship with the WoW, which again it builds extra characterization for a WoW as well as Rio, and that family link. That sort of builds the world, and seeing sort of Rio going around asking questions, that detective little bit. It's not very much. It's only like 10 seconds here, a few seconds there, but for Shenmue fans like us who've played the games, and you do that quite a lot, that sort of stuff's perfect. And then all the Easter eggs, like you could make a video just off of that episode alone, and the amount of Easter eggs that are in there. And there's probably some we've missed, quite
Definitely.
frankly.
I was going to say, I bet this seems like there's a lot of detail in that episode that on future rewatches, you're definitely going to notice something you didn't, I think, in that, because there was so much going on, how the scenes switched from one to the other, next day, and then Rio's at the tattoo parlor, and then he brings him back to a different shop and store and stuff, and there's going to be stuff in those stores. I mean, I don't know if George is in the chat, if he's counted how many NPCs are in this this week.
I know Joe and George were looking at that last week, because Joe sent me a quick image together of the lunch lady. But I don't like, as a Shenmue fan, I think this and Waffle saying loved it far better than the first. I would agree. I would say this is better than the first episode. I think they've absolutely hit the nail on the head with this. You've got...
Which doesn't make sense, does it? How can you have something better than something that was amazing?
The bar's been raised again, which is fantastic, because then what we're dealing with here now is, after 2 episodes, is you've got a real the quality is sky high here. It is fast paced. Let's not beat around the bush about it. And I do think there will be some people out there who have valid criticisms in that it might be a bit fast considering the games. But then if you flip it on its head, you can't have everything in the games, all the running back and forth, etc., all the waiting around. You can't have it in an anime. You have to speed it up. And what they've done here with Yagamashi as well is I think they've used him to link some of it together to bring it into a mesh. So when you come into the next episode, which is obviously when you have the China shop, by the looks of it, you're going to meet the Chens as well, which is going to follow. I think that's going to follow the games much. It's going to follow the games much closer in that respect. But then,
Point Senior Snakes saying there, I think you can tell the guys making this are proper Shenmue fans, which is, I'd agree. But then if you go back to that Crunchyroll Expo when they were interviewing them, it didn't actually sound like they'd played the games 50 times like we had. It was like he was asking that one guy like he remembers seeing posters for it, when it was first came out, and then the other guy said something like he didn't play it back in the day or something. So there's like, considering what they've put in this episode, and I'm assuming each episode to come, these details, these NPCs and these little things that I think a Shenmue fan, I think you'd need to be a Shenmue fan to pick up on those details.
I think that's where...
So to see them in the anime is pretty cool.
That's where I think, they've had access to all the source material. 3 games plus whatever else was and wasn't used, which they've got. Also, with Yu Suzuki as the executive producer on this, he knows what Shenmue fans like and want. So those Easter eggs, etc., wouldn't surprise me. I think if he was heavily involved in some of those Easter eggs, which is great. But what Sheep is saying is right. It's their version of the story, and they've kept it true to the core element of this story, but with some different twists to it. And I frankly think it's brilliant.
Which is welcome.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. Bring it on, because I just think if you're fleshing this out and you're making this appeal to more people, it's only going to be a good thing. And another interpretation of this story is only going to appeal. Especially, 2 episodes in, the bar is ridiculous. I don't know how they've managed to set the bar so high off one episode and then clear it for the second. But the 3rd episode, if they clear that as well, they do. We've been saying this for ages. They need the anime team to write for Shenmue 4. They really should. Really should.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, that was a good episode.
I think, just touching on the details and stuff, they have also got the beauty of like YouTube and stuff like that, haven't they? So they can quickly see what needs to be, in a certain scene or whatever. If they're playing the games as well, hopefully they played the games through to completion a few times as well, or they might even have a fan on the team. Like someone that is very, very knowledgeable about the series.
Possibly, I mean,
and like you say, there just having the little Shenmue 3 elements in Bailu Village and those characters as well.
I love
doing it so much justice.
They have a Peter on the.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like they've got to have someone that is orchestrating to a certain point. They can be coming up with the story, and they've got the artists and the this director and stuff's probably saying like this scene needs to go. You can piece the things together, but at the end of the day, I think from what we've just seen, and especially episode 1 and episode 2, that's these things in there that only a Shenmue fan of like 20 years.
Yeah, definitely.
In my opinion,
I think what they've got right in 2 episodes here, and it is only 2 episodes. We've got a long way to go in this. Is they've got that balance, in my opinion, to catering to us as hardcore 20-year plus Shenmue fans who've been through it all, been through the middle with it, and then to new people coming in who are coming in fresh to this story, don't understand, haven't played the game, so may not understand the story and the lore or anything, and they've given that crowd enough. I mean, my wife's watched 2 episodes before me, and she was saying she preferred this episode because my wife's watched it before us. And she was saying that she preferred this episode because it gave more story. It gave you a bit more around what was going on. And I think that again, it just ties into that balance they've got. It's a really tricky balance for this team to do, because they go too far towards us. Does it get criticised as being too slow, too pandering to its original fans. They go too far the other way. Do they then get accused of going away from the core fan base? And at the moment, they've got it smack bang in the middle, spot on, absolutely spot on. They've taken the source material and they've obviously read it. They've obviously gone into a lot of care, a lot of detail, a lot of love around it, and they've nailed it. Absolutely nailed it for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking from like a new watcher from the anime. Episode 1 was tailored to like to keep them invested to go into the episode 2.
Yeah,
and then I think because of the story elements in episode 2 now, hopefully that has created like the hook that if they've got to this stage, got to the end of episode 2, they're going to continue to watch it. So episode 1 ended on like a massive, that big fight scene, and that's catered to like an anime fan, in my opinion. Whereas episode 2 is catered to a Shenmue fan. But if the anime fan made the decision to get to watch episode 2 because of how episode 1 was like, an anime feeling sort of an episode, in my opinion, I think then they're going to stick it through to the end now. I'm trying to think like if they've done enough to keep a viewer interested in continuing and I think from what they've done with 1 over into 2 and then 2 now, I think if anyone has watched 2 episodes, they're going to watch it all the way through to the end.
It's also very smart
hopefully.
That, I mean, I don't know, they don't do it on Crunchyroll, and I don't know where this airs, this teaser trailer for episode 3, but I'm wondering on Adult Swim whether they're airing this teaser, which we're going to watch in a minute, straight away, so that you've got you wanted to find out what's happening from the previous episode because you watched the episode, and then they give you that as a like, well, if you want to find out, watch this, and there's a little scene there. So I think they've been very smart, very, very smart in the way they've pitched this, they've marketed this, and the way they've put it together. And I just think it's just getting people going. It's getting people interested. It's getting people like intrigued as to why I'm doing this. And I think it should be a weekly thing. Absolutely. Because the more you do this, the more you're going to gather interest. I do like the recaps at the start of these episodes. Very short recap of what's happened before. Because if you dropped in and you haven't seen it or whatever, you didn't miss a huge amount by watching the first couple of minutes of this, did you?
Yeah.
So I think you can drop in on episode 2.
If that was a recap, or because it ended up being a dream, didn't it? So,
but was it? I'm putting that question out there right now. Was it? He's saying it's a dream, but was it a dream? Did that actually happen? And was that put in there to make people have that discussion? Did he dream it? Did it actually happen? Thank you for the follow, Ducks Forever 19, and welcome. I haven't seen your name before. So it's
thinking if it's a dream, it's a very specific dream because all it was like a dialogue thing, like 3 sentences. So yeah, I get your point. It may have actually happened, and he's dreaming about that event again.
Yeah, because it was in the trailers, and that's why. And we were talking about this in our reactions to the trailers when we did our podcast for it. It's like, and it's giving Landy more, whether it's a dream or not. You're giving him more, and I just, it's almost like it's a friendly warning there from Landy. Don't do this. Don't do this.
It's almost like episode 1 was running over. It was like running over 20 seconds. So
and they were, we'll have it. Yeah, we'll put it in here.
We'll add it in 20. Yeah, episode 2.
Welcome, Ducks. Good to see you.
Which makes sense. If it was a dream, you'd expect a bloody giant bunny in the background going woo behind the dojo door. But
the thing is, whether it was a dream or not, and there's obviously going to be 2 schools of thoughts on here. And I reckon it happened. I reckon that was Rhea replaying his events.
The more I think about it,
in his head, and it's also the and it serves as the interpretation to the dream sequence you have 3 days later before you start the game.
Yeah,
I really like that because you're giving Rio motivation. You're giving Landy some character development. I think I love the fact they did that. It serves more. It gives more characterization. It builds more of the world. It builds more of the motive, and I love it. I love that bit of it. And
to be fair, even if it didn't happen, they didn't allude to it.
No.
So you take it that it's happened.
Yeah, it's open to interpretation. But again, that's really clever writing. I like that because you can sit there and you can discuss this for hours, can't you? And go, did it happen? Didn't it happen? But those, I like those, and if they do those nightmare, dreamy recap stuff, that'd be really good. Will we see? Here's a question: do we see later on Shenhua in Ryo's dreams? It happens in the games. So
Interesting. I think they've kind of got to, haven't they?
Yeah, is that going to happen? Especially with the characterization around Bailu Village, you're seeing, because I reckon, judging on 2 episodes, we're going to see Bailu every episode. I reckon going forward.
Yeah.
I'm
well, it
pretty
keeps
convinced.
doing that. Meanwhile, in Bailu Village, and then back in. So that seems like a design choice.
But they're giving you they're not giving you too much, but they give you just enough. Like it's like a spoonful taster, isn't it? It's like just enough to keep you interested. Hey Brett, yeah, the artwork's fantastic at the end as well with the cat.
Artwork, stunning.
Yeah, like they need to be making posters of this shit. They really should. So the artwork, well, the whole artwork, the whole package is just excellent, top notch.
Yeah,
all the way through. I'm
definitely overshoot my expectations and the artwork, and the animation and the artwork and stuff. Before when you hear Shenmue animes coming, you have kind of like your reservations on the art style, don't you? They're going to go a bit too cartoony, a bit too like humor, but they've got such a nice balance, and that the characters actually look like pretty much spot on how you'd want them to look.
But they do, and actually, I think what they've allowed with this anime is they've given our characters some extra elements to them. Ryo's got an extra element to him. Nozomi's a bit more forward. She's a bit more. I'm trying to think of the word. She's more timid in the games, isn't she? She's a lot gentle. She's a lot more gentle in the games. Yeah, bubbly. Yeah, bubbly. I think sums that up quite nicely. She's a lot more bubbly and forward in the way she is with Ryo. She takes the piss out of him a bit as well. I think that relationship there is a little bit different. It's not quite as unrequited here than it is in the Ryo's quite cold in the games, but here there's a bit, although I think that's gonna drop off as he goes down his journey and gets sort of sucked into this. That might drop off and he might become a bit more cold because he doesn't want to drop her into it.
That's true. Like the phone call Nozomi Shenson seems out of character, but doing that from the start, it works, doesn't it? It's like because you've kind of got like these two ongoing. What's that word that you'd use? It's like you've got like the game lore and the anime lore, haven't you? So like Nozomi started off as like bubbly from the get go, whereas in the game you've experienced like her timidness, and then the phone call's a bit of a out of character.
But then I also like the fact that you actually got to see that phone call come in for Nozomi from her father over in Canada. And she's
Where do I find this preview? Is that our channel?
Yeah, it's on our channel.
Okay. Yeah,
we're in no mad rush, but I pulled it up ready just in case.
Oh, I can just watch it on the stream, can't I?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Let's do that.
And I love I don't know. They've just absolutely hammered this. They've obviously taken, like I said, I'm repeating myself, but I'm going to repeat it anyway for the hell of it. They've taken this source material, they've studied it, they've gone into it, they've obviously looked at the fan base, and they've obviously looked at everything around it and gone, right, how do we do this? How do we put this together? And how do we cater for 2 crowds? The old school fans, and then bringing new people in. And at the moment for me, 2 episodes in, given my expectations of the anime, I didn't really have any at all because we didn't know what to expect. This is absolutely perfect. 2 episodes in, I'm sold. And if the quality of this keeps going up and up and up, where the hell are we going to be in the last episode?
It'd be insane. Just making the point that Vivi's saying there, he's surprised they're building Nozomi up as much. See, I mentioned that a little bit because they aren't they, to a certain extent? You've got quite a lot of a heavy in the introduction. You've got quite a lot of a heavy in the ending. So whether that's just going to be for these first few episodes until they hit the Hong Kong portion, and then maybe the intro and outro of the show changes, and then you kind of forget about Nozomi. I don't know, but there's no room for her in the rest of the series, is there?
No,
Because once Rio leaves, that's it.
that's
So
it. And she goes to Canada, doesn't she? So I don't know. It's
reckon they're building her up to make the moving to character scene a bit more. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I get that.
Which is probably going to happen next episode, right? Or possibly, well, perhaps not. But I'm just saying, like, they alluded to that, didn't they, in that thing where his father rang her or whatever and said, "Your father's on the phone from Canada."
I mean, sheep's right there. They could be showing her with flashbacks and phone calls, possibly, absolutely. And Son, you're right. I mean, this we're warming up to the main event, which is Shenmue 2, which is batshit crazy in a game form. So God knows what this is going to be like when we get to it.
That's so exciting, isn't it? It's weird. I can't imagine. I suppose I couldn't imagine how they were going to do Shenmue 1 until now we're seeing the Shenmue 1 portion of the anime. But I really, really, for some reason, I can't imagine how they're going to do Shenmue 2. Because I just feel like there's so much stuff there. It's going to be a delight to digest. But I mean, I can't picture the world. It's going to be. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is about Shenmue 2, but just thinking of like Wanchai and Rhea walking down and Joy's coming past. I can't picture that yet in my head for how that's going to look in the anime.
Stepping off the boat.
Whereas
and
I could kind of imagine in my head how Japan looks. But the Hong Kong portion, the Kowloon stuff, I've got no idea.
But here's a question then, with the Kowloon and Hong Kong stuff. We haven't seen very much of it. We've seen some key art knocking around. That's about it. How much do you? They could, in theory, and this would be quite clever of them. Whenever you leave Japan, whatever episode it is, and you're going to Hong Kong, what about that they then release like a mid-season teaser, like a 2-minute trailer of like Hong Kong Kowloon, and go right, here you go. This is the main event. This is the main course now. We're into the serious stuff. They could.
Trying to think back to what we've seen trailer-wise. Have we seen stuff in those first few trailers, like those first 3 trailers? 2, 3, I suppose, because there was like slight differences with the Japanese and the English stuff. Have we seen anything in there that's yet to happen that you can think of?
Off the top of my head, immediately right now, no. But I'd have to rewatch the trailers and confirm that later. But
yeah.
I think we haven't seen Landy on the boat.
Okay.
So that we know that's happening.
Oh, we haven't seen him going into the basement, getting the
No, we haven't seen that yet.
So I'm trying to think, like, would they go out of the way to do what you're saying, a Hong Kong trailer?
I think they would. I think they would.
Obviously, if we're getting these 2 previews, we're getting a preview and then we're getting like a clip from the episode. If Hong Kong is the next episode, do they need to do a trailer?
I think it's incredible. I think it's incredibly smart that they do, because you're almost drawing a line under it, and then and Sun is saying here we've said it ourselves. They haven't showed much of Shenmue.
Yeah.
Of Shenmue 2. So if they go in there and smash out a 2-minute trailer of what we're to expect, I think we'd be in business.
You know what's hilarious? I mean, I don't know. You're going to be releasing this interview soon, right? What was your clip earlier for Natalie? Just so I don't spoil anything.
That was Shenhua's character brief that she was given when she auditioned. And if you there's a funny thing about the prophecy in that interview.
Right, okay. So this is what I was going to talk about. So if you say this, then I could say what I was going to say.
So it's a little spoiler of the interview, but bollocks to it because it's not out yet for a couple of weeks. And Natalie was really good, actually, when I interviewed her last week. And she was saying that the prophecy trailer that we got in October at the Comic-Con, that was her audition tape / first take of the prophecy. And they used it, and then she got a phone call from a director saying, they've released this trailer of Shenmue, you need to deny that you're in it because they haven't announced the cast yet.
Which is hilarious, isn't it? So in August, they were using an audition of her voice that she recorded. So this obviously isn't true, but you don't think they sat somewhere in a room still fucking, shit, we need to crank this out, guys.
Hey, Grey Fox.
10 weeks to get this Kowloon section drawn. They're not still working on the show, are they? The show is done.
Yeah, it's 100% done. They were finishing
Okay.
it off when they were recording the voices.
Just
So
thinking that like that'd be funny if that's the reason we've not seen any of it yet. It's because they actually hadn't drawn any. They're still doing it.
I know for a fact that, and this again, I don't mind saying this, is that both the actors that I've interviewed were saying that some of the scenes were still sketched, so they had the scripts, but they didn't have like the moving anime particularly.
So it's still fresh in a way, isn't it?
So
Because
this,
remember that very first trailer they showed us? I think it was the Crunchyroll Expo. They showed that trailer, didn't they?
yeah.
There was a couple of scenes where Rio didn't have a patch on the back of his jacket.
Yeah, so they were finishing
It's like
it
they
off.
hadn't even finished.
Yeah, they hadn't finished it. So the fact they've gone from, because that was October, we don't know how old that trailer was when it obviously was made. It was probably a few months back, but they've finished this off really quickly.
So it's not long been tied up then, really, has it? And
and then they
instantly. I don't know if that's typical of animes.
I have no idea, but then they've pumped this out quite quickly, which I'm not of. I didn't think we were going to get this till the summer.
To be fair, I suppose that's typical of video games these days, though, isn't it, as well? Because you get your day one patch or whatever, they're shipping it before they've even finished it.
And I know on some anime Blu-rays, what they do is they go back to some scenes and touch them up if they're not quite right in the
Oh, right.
yeah,
Interesting.
when they're aired on TV. Shenmue 4 Fly in the Tomato Store. If they do that, I'll lose my shit, quite frankly. If it does get renewed for a second season, when will we hear that news? I don't know. I really don't know. I've been talking to Jason DeMarco, who's one of the producers of this. I'm trying to nail down a date for him to come on the show. Excuse me. So I will certainly ask what are the parameters they work to.
Yeah. Hopefully they can talk about some of the plans. Like, I mean, you assume they're going to release it on DVD. You assume there's going to be a soundtrack. Yeah. But yeah, that would be nice to know. Like, how did they base how successful it needs to be in order to get a second season?
Yeah, exactly. What is the bar to get a second season? I think is the question here. I mean, I think.
Do you think you're hitting it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This is the thing, we do not know. I know TV viewing figures in America first week had it around 212,000 viewers in America.
Which, I mean, to me, sounded good, but.
I mean, bearing in mind this airs at midnight over there, so that's quite a good number for midnight. And then you've got Crunchyroll.
Specifically that English dub, right? That Toonami English dub.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got the video on demand stuff through Crunchyroll, through people watching on Adult Swim as well. So if you've got all that engagement together, there's no reason you can't be picking up 1 million views on this. In my personal opinion. So I mean, I don't know what the parameters are. If it's engagement and you are getting millions of million viewers, 2 million viewers every week, then I think we're in business. And if if the numbers hold this week in America in terms of the TV viewing figures, and they keep holding, and the video on demand stuff keeps holding, then we're in business, I think. And then you've got merch and everything else as well. And if that all sells out, I think we'd be well on the way. Ethan, we watch it in Japanese, or it's Japanese with English subs. We don't have a English dub version on Crunchyroll, unfortunately. I'm still trying to get hold of an Adult Swim version. I got one last week, but I haven't had one yet, which is a bit of a bummer. But hey, because the English dub's quite good. But I think, which I see the chat talking about Shenmue 3, the anime can fill in so many gaps in Shenmue 3. What we got in terms of story for Shenmue 3, in my opinion, was literally Ryo's story without the fleshing out because they didn't have the time to do it. Now they have the time to do it. So if they can expand on a WoW being in Bailu, Grandmaster Fang, they can expand on Xiling in Niaowu. They could even bring back Baisha for all we know. And go through all of Niaosun's introduction and expand on that as well. They have so much they can bloody do. So much they can do.
They really need to do that, don't they? I'd love that if they speaking to the characters and they're describing a WoW more, because we had little hints of it.
There was
I feel like
tiny bits, but those tiny bits can be expanded upon. Like, why did they leave Bailu? We don't know. How long were they in Bailu? All the rest of it, and I stand by this actually at the moment. Shenmue 3 pulling a No Man's Sky would be nice. It would be, but I don't. They haven't got the money to be doing that. I don't think. I think it's Shenmue 4 or bust. But speaking of Shenmue 4, I think this anime is probably our best opportunity of getting it. I mean, you look at the buzz around the community at the moment. You look at the buzz within anime scenes. I think, we're in a good place. Mr. Muscle's lifting weights in the gym. I think he'd be lifting the gym, not just the weights. Christ! And
It's gonna be awesome to see this stuff, though.
You've seen how ripped bloody Tony and Smith are. Imagine how big Mr. Muscles is going to be. The size of a house.
We've got the beauty of with the anime to really do Shenmue 3 justice, I think.
Yeah,
because there is things you know the flaws in Shenmue 3. We've talked about them before. So if they can add more story, some more lore, add those back into what we wanted, kind of thing, but they ran out of time. I think that's just going to be amazing to have that alongside the Shenmue 3. Yeah. Obviously, we're talking like way far ahead. We're talking the Shenmue 2, the season 2 of the anime. So it's a long way away, but you can have these pipe dreams, can't you? Where
absolutely,
because this is kind of, I know they're doing different takes on the games, but it's still kind of canon. So especially when it gets to the Shenmue 3 stuff.
Well, yeah, because
you can believe in that more, can't you?
The main story, the main core story is canon. It is canon.
Yeah.
But what they do to flesh it out can become canon to fill in those gaps with Shenmue 3. And the Shenmue 3 is a discussion that's been had for a couple of years now, and we know the situation around that game. But I think and I said this at the top of the when we were summing this up, the fact they've gone to Bailu Village and given those characters a bit of airtime, and showed Aldier. I think that they're showing Shenmue 3 some respect in terms of where it fits. Whatever people think of the games, whether you liked it or hate it, it's actually being shown some respect here. And I like that because it's a Shenmue game, it's a continuation. Whether people liked it or not, it's there. And now they've got the opportunity to expand upon that. So it's only a good thing in my book. And Son, you're right, exactly. They're including things in the anime that were in the original scripts we didn't get in the games. So what else was there that we don't know about? I mean, what did they plan for Shenmue 3 that didn't make it, like the changed ending, but could make the anime? But yeah, this anime is top notch. The bar is set up here. It's ridiculous how well they've done with this. 2 episodes in, I'm absolutely sold. And if anybody has sort of been doubting this and is a bit unsure about the anime, you can leave your doubts at the door because you're in for a treat.
That's a good point that Sheep says there. The fact that Shenmue 3 is, a bit lackluster in the story department is probably a good thing for the anime team that are trying to create their own thing, aren't they? Because they do have the beauty then to expand on, the little things that Shenmue 3 introduced.
Yeah.
And make it their own at the same time.
Yeah, I mean...
Very good.
Now, you may have seen on our Twitter heavy spoilers if you click on the link I've put out. But we also know the next the episode names for episodes 3, 4, and 5. So episode 3 is Yin Yang, episode 4 is called Shackles, and episode 5 is called Equals. Now, I just warn you, because I did this. I clicked on...
There's the synopsises, yeah.
Yeah, I clicked it just because I was having a look. And...
Okay. You're not reading them out now, are you?
No.
Okay.
No,
I was going to say, I didn't know where you're taking that.
But I just say the link on Twitter. I got spoiled in terms of a few little bits. Don't click it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't click it. If you don't want spoilers, don't click it. Simple as that. It didn't spoil this episode. It doesn't spoil contents of episodes.
Well,
but...
title-wise, doesn't spoil anything, does it?
No.
Because I'm thinking like Shackles sounds like Nozomi getting tied up or something, possibly. Equals, I can't even think what that would refer to.
No, but...
And then the next one's called Yin and Yang, which I was thinking is going to be a bit more based on the mirrors and the lore behind the mirrors.
So I've put it out there, and people are old enough to make their own decisions as to whether you click that link or not. But yeah, just it's out there. Right, I think we should.
Shall we watch this teaser?
Yeah, let's watch this teaser. So this is from. I think this got released earlier today. I managed to pick it up. I haven't watched it either.
Okey-dokey.
So let's have a gander. 3, 2, 1, go.
On the next all-new episode of Shenmue, the animation, I know you. You're that guy from Master Chen's.
I can't
What do you
hear anything.
want?
Should there be sound?
Or is it not playing through? We'll do it again. Hang on. We can sort that out. Let's try it again. Excuse me.
I'll tell you why.
Here we go.
That's my fault. Hang on.
The animation.
I know you. You're that guy from Master Chen's. What do you want? What the hell are you doing?
Shenmue, the animation. Next Saturday at midnight.
You still don't understand the gravity of your situation.
Only Toonami. An Adult Swim and Crunchyroll original.
You say it's a bit quiet, Vivi. I'll play it again and turn it up a little bit. Hang on. Let me turn it up a touch and I'll play it again. Oh, it is full. It's actually full. So I can't turn it up.
It wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't too bad.
Go-
My problem was that I had the stream muted.
Ah, right. Okay, so it wasn't on my end. Right, so if I'll pop the link in here for everybody. So if you want to watch it yourselves, there's the link for the teaser right there if you want it. Let me just get rid of the web stuff.
So a bit shorter than I was expecting, actually. So it seems like that happens after Ryo's going to meet Master Chen and stuff. So we could already assume he's going to be using that pink payphone ringing for warehouse number 8. Which, hang on. So what happened? What happened with the paper lead? Nothing yet, right? So he still doesn't know anything about this. He needs someone to translate the letter.
Yep.
So we're going to have a scene where he goes to the pottery shop because they mentioned that. So we're going to have Rushy China shop.
Yep.
He's going to get the letter translated with the phone number. He's going to ring Master Chen.
Yep.
He's going to visit Master Chen at the warehouse. Yep. Sneak in. That's where we've got that sneaking scene. We've seen that in one of the trailers.
Yep.
And then he's going to come back home. Maybe some little bits and pieces in between that. And then Guizhang's going to be there, have the fight. And then he says, I'm going to become your bodyguard kind of thing. So that's episode 3 for you in a nutshell there, guys.
Yeah.
Skip a week. I told you what happens.
Sorry, someone's just done me a favour. A very nice favour.
Got the episode 2 second trailer on Thursday.
If you're in chat, whoever has... Yeah, there's normally a trailer every Thursday, so that's quite good. Okay. Right. I think... So we know what to expect, we think, in the next episode. I think we're probably going to find the Phoenix Mirror. I hope we get some mirror lore, proper mirror lore, actually.
Yeah.
We want. Yeah. I want some of those scenes that you can get in the antique shops, actually. Just a little bit of that mirror lore to fill some gaps in there. And then we're going to get the warehouse sneaking and everything else. I think this episode's going to... We're going to follow the games quite tightly, actually. And I think Chai will have another go as well.
Interesting, Sheep. Says, I think we'll get new mirror lore.
Okay.
You don't think they're going to rewrite the mirror kind of story a bit?
Possibly. I mean, they can twist it a little bit. I mean, we already know that Landy knows there's a second one, so...
I think anime-wise... You know that Shenmue Online shit where the shit going on in the sky and like the proper Chiyu monster and stuff? That lends itself well in a way to anime, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Like you can imagine that happening.
Very
I think
much
that
so.
would be.
And the fact they've shown Chiyu on a plate, for example. Now it could just be symbolic, but again, there's a lot they can expand on. So I think again we're going to be in a good place with this next episode. Jay on a plate. Right. I think we're going to call the stream there because we've got to go and get a podcast recorded.
Good point.
And get it out.
I want to make it too late.
I think we'll probably... Well, I'll probably go in blind again next week as well because I love... It's hard to avoid fucking spoilers, but actually it's worth doing. We may see hopefully we do see some forklifts. That'd be cool. Maybe we'll see Mark as well. We'll see. Oh, we've just been raided by Scottish Duck. Thank you very much for the raid.
Oh... That happened last week, didn't it?
Happened last week as well, yeah. We got raided just
on raids, right, as believe.
But everybody stick
around.
Although
last week it was like bang on as
just as I... Yeah.
It was like a raid into a raid.
But what I'm going to do...
Scottish Duck.
Is we will raid somebody in a minute. I'm going to quickly get something up for us before we do that. So just bear with...
Here's Mr. Starwalker. It's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Glad we got one listener at least.
Yeah, hey Scottish Duck, welcome. Welcome. We are just rounding things off now, having had our watch along stream. Marshall, now where am I? With Shenmue Dojo, Marshall. Good to see you.
Have you been watching the anime Scottish Duck? We've literally just finished episode 2. No spoilers if not then.
There we go. Right, I'm just finding someone to raid as well, which I have a name, so I think we're good. And then I'm going to round us off for the
Here's Richard.
for the evening.
Nice to see you again, mate.
Are you going to binge them? Well, you're probably in the wrong place then.
Interesting.
Because you get,
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. You don't want to watch this VOD back then, because we're going to spoil like all of it.
Might Nozomi die. Jokes.
No. Right, everybody. Chat, thank you for dropping in as always. Much appreciated. We will be back same time next week with another stream. Hopefully try and go in blind as well. See how we go. I don't know if I can go into hiding every week. It's really difficult. Really difficult to go into hiding.
What you think we may have watched it next week is what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. It depends how busy I am, how hungover I am, because I'm out on Saturday night.
I'm down for this though. This makes it exciting, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. No, don't do it. Right. On that note, guys, I'm going to say take care. Thank you for dropping in, everybody. Look out for our podcast, which will be out around Friday. There's going to be an interview releasing on Tuesday as well. Lots of content coming over the course of the week. Don't forget, give us a follow on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch. Everywhere on social media you can come find us. Drop onto the forums, discuss the episodes, discuss your theories, and we will see you again this time next week. Take it easy, everyone.
Toodles, guys.
しさを今抱いてほしい